Greetings, adventurers. I'm Trevor. This is the Rogue Optimist. I don't want you to think that Hollywood Studios is my favorite park, because it's not. But there's some new stuff this week. One new thing this week. Maybe more, but at least one thing that I know of. Pixar Place, that street that I mentioned a couple of videos ago, it's been closed off for a while. That used to be the Toy Story Mania entrance, and used to be character meet and greets, and used to have a couple of snack carts and a cocktail cart, and it's been closed for a long time. Guess what? It's reopened. So, I'm gonna go over there, check that out. It's probably the exact same. We're just gonna look at it, get eyes on the situation, and then, even though it's been going for a few months, I'm finally gonna go see the new Fantasmic. I haven't seen the Orlando Fantasmic, the Disney World Fantasmic, since, at best, 2013. Maybe, if I wasn't then it was probably 2001. But it's been at least a decade. 10 years or 22 years, take your pick. So I'm gonna see that tonight. 2 shows, hopefully gonna get into the 9. There's a 10:30, if not, I don't know if I'm sticking around for that. We're gonna go inside and going to go do the Pixar Place thing, and I'm actually kind of hungry. I need to get some food. So, with that said, we now join our program, already in progress.
Oh, you know what?
And we made it inside. All right, out of sheer curiosity, before I get a snack, I want to go see what the standby is for Tower of Terror. All right, there's a 30-minute standby for Tower of Terror, so I'm gonna go do that. Did not expect that to happen.
Here, let me.
Well, I can safely put my sunglasses away.
The time is now, on an evening very much like the one we have just witnessed.
Oh, this is exciting. I'm going to be sitting front row, center.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go. So apparently the Magic Band Plus is interactive with the ride. Either that or my battery's dying. Okay, that was amazing, because even though the posted standby time was 30 minutes, it was only 10. So got in real quick. I took a little B-roll of this. I'm going to play it right now. But one of the amazing design details I enjoy is that the lighting in the library is only on screen for the first half or so of the pre-show video, and after the clip of the 5 people falling in the elevator and the thunder strikes or the lightning hits again, it's not only on screen, but it's also in the window in the library to show that you're in it now, that you have crossed over into the Twilight Zone. It's one of those subtle things that it took me years, because I was a kid, but it took me years to realize, and then once I did, I was like, oh, that's cool. But also, yes, did confirm that my Magic Band Plus does, the lights go off after the ride, not on the ride, but after the ride, as you're walking out through the gift shop, and that it goes red, goes blue. So it's kind of cool. Kind of seeing what the heck this Magic Band actually does. It's not bad. I'm a fan. You have absolutely got to be kidding me. Am I having a stroke? I could have sworn that like DFB talked about how this was open the other day. Maybe it was just over the weekend when there's enough people in the park and there's not now, or it was open earlier today and now it's closed, but man alive. All right, pivot. So I know I kind of poo-poo it a little bit going to Baseline Tap House because it's all LA stuff and I'm from LA, so. But it's been a minute since I've had a hazy little thing, which was a go-to beer, like a beer we had to have in stock while on tour. So I haven't. Oh, no, it's facing the other way, unless you want to. There you go. So, so anyways, but actually, the point I was getting at was surprisingly really good prices. It was like $9.75 for a 16 ounce and then $11 for a 22 ounce. So, 22 ounce. But anyway, good spot if you want to like hang out. Actually, it's kind of a chill spot. So chill that like someone was sitting there with a charcuterie plate and a cocktail, like a simple like wine cocktail, I think. And they were just doing homework, like they busted out their laptop and what have you. And then the playlist for it though is all like kind of bossa nova or lounge covers of pop songs. Well, I mean, there's like some Michael Jackson in there, but then not like some modern songs. I got Justin Bieber. Anyways, the reason I mention it is because that entire playlist somebody compiled on Spotify, and I saved it, and that is the playlist that I fall asleep to on airplanes whenever I fly. Like seriously, I get in the seat, buckle up, put in the AirPods, and I play that Baseline Tap House list, and go right to sleep. It's fantastic. All right, so it's been a little bit since I've like really ventured the parks, so I'm still shaking off the dust, shaking off the rust, and getting acclimated to the way things are now, especially post-COVID. So, two things. First one, learned that the Pixar place that I was trying to get into, talked to a cast member, and they said that that is open now, but it closes at 5. I'm gonna guess that's purely because of a park capacity thing. People are leaving and it's primarily a meet and greet area. So meet and greets are typically reserved for first half of the day or even just after lunch. So that area closed down, they said 5, but it is open. So I just need to get here earlier, which pass holders can just enter the park after 2 without a reservation. So I gotta get here, earlier than 6 o'clock in order to make that happen. The second thing I learned was about the 50s Primetime, not 50s, no, that's 50s. What the heck is the name of the place? The, 50s Primetime Cafe. I'm thinking of Hollywood and Vine. I'm looking right at it right now. But 50s Primetime Cafe, where you walk in and everyone's mom and dad, and you got to keep your elbows off the table and eat your veggies, otherwise you can't have dessert. So they used to have a PB&J shake at the Tune-In Lounge right next door to 50s Primetime, which was where quote-unquote Dad's Lounge was, Dad's Den. So, during the pandemic, stopped doing PB&J Shake there. They took all the stools away. I think they realized that the turnover is higher if they just don't let people stay. So, they kept the stools gone. PB&J Shake is yet to return to the Tune-In Lounge, but it is at the sit-down 50s Primetime. And I talked to the cast member. He gave me a little bit of a trick, like the cast member behind the bar, that is. Give me a little bit of a trick to basically get the shake. And also, I didn't know this, you can get it spiked, and I learned that during the pandemic, so I've never had the PB&J shake spiked, and I've been trying to get it. So now I'm gonna add this to the list. So no Pixar place, but that's gonna be another day when I can get here earlier. PB&J shake when I can get here earlier, and then Fantasmic. So I'm not gonna do Fantasmic tonight. So instead what I'm gonna do is, there's a couple of flower and garden things that I'd love to get. So I'm gonna walk to EPCOT. All right, now I'm gonna bring up a couple of things every now and then. But like this park was built and opened in '88. Again, comment if I'm wrong. But this is PV's. And when this is open, probably earlier in the day, behind this canvas here is the Rocketeer's jetpack. Because at the time that this park opened, Rocketeer had been recently released, and that was a big thing that they were promoting. So, PV's concoctions. Rocketeer jetpack, helmet as well. And then over here, next to the window that I pointed out previously, where Mr. Bob Weiss, previous head of WDI, where his window is, there is also Eddie Valiant plugging Who Framed Roger Rabbit, clearly, over here. So, there you go. Again, in a movie that came out at the same time that this park opened, so they were like, get that advertisement into the park. Synergy. So now, another thing that used to be here. Now remember, when this park first opened, it was called Disney's MGM Studios because they had a licensing deal with MGM Studios. And now it's Hollywood Studios. So these crates, which I think you can tell are, this is new paint. These crates here next to the USS Down the Hatch, which is just a grab and go, foot-long hot dogs and what have you, which is, of course, not open again. Anyway, so these crates used to, I think these have always looked like this. These look a lot like the same crates that are in the queue for Jungle Cruise. But anyway, what I'm getting at is that these crates used to say things like, to Rick in Casablanca. So there was a Casablanca tie-in because Casablanca is, of course, you guessed it, an MGM Studios film. Ooh, ah. But anyway, so that got repainted after, actually, the MGM licensing deal expired. Took a little bit, but it's finally gone. So, funny enough, that Casablanca reference is still on the corkboard. My famed corkboard, which one of these days I'll actually show you guys an image of that corkboard. But it's still on there because I still say, even though it's gone, it counts. So part of that whole corkboard is defunct and never built attractions, because I believe that they still count, because they're of myth, they are in lore. So, okay, so I've been eavesdropping on the conversation from the people behind us, or behind me, behind us. It's a communal thing, the royal we, as it were. What I was going to say. So, there's a few things, flower and garden things, that I'd like to try over at EPCOT. I did it the collegiate way, and I sat down with the flower and garden book, the passport dealio, being like, hey, what's everything that's offered this year? And cross-referenced it with all of my food or flower and garden photos from last year, and went through all of the Disney Food Blog, DFB, all of their reviews of all the items, looked at all the photos. I was like, oh yeah, that's familiar, and I just start crossing stuff off. So I have, in a very scientific method, we're gonna call it that, gone through that entire menu and been like, do you need this? But there's still probably too much for a single day. So I don't have the book with me because I wasn't planning on going to EPCOT, but mitigating circumstances as it were. So I'm gonna go to EPCOT now, and I'm going to grab a few of the things that I at least remember off the top of my head. Might have to grab another one of them. Oh, my watch is like, you working out? Yeah, baby. Because I'm going to have to work off that peanut butter and jelly soft serve swirl I'm going to get over at Refreshment Board. Oh, it's coming. But anyways, we're going to get it on. I really am making a horrible habit, it seems, of going to studios and then walking to EPCOT just before EPCOT Forever. This is not a good game plan. I would be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed in the size of this PB&J soft serve for $6. Not great. The jelly tastes like the like Jolly Rancher grape, which I like Jolly Ranchers, but I don't like it with this, especially if it's supposed to combine with peanut butter. But I spent $6 on it, and I'm not a quitter. This might have been a little bit much. Oh, oh. Okay. I don't care. I'm still gonna eat it. I will take no prisoners. This will be finished. Time spent from today, and I deserve this. Alright, adventurers, I'm gonna call it here while there's good lighting. I plowed through that No Way Jose. The table next to me was these 4 girls who were visiting town, and when I finished, the waitress comes by and goes, "Oh yeah, bigger than you remember, right?" Because I said that when she first put the sundae down. I was like, "Well, yeah." And then the one of the girls at the table next to me goes, "I gotta be honest. That was very impressive, how fast you ate that." And I look at her, and this is how bad I am at being single. I look at her and I say, I have an unconscionably large mouth. So the pickup lines are rusty. Gonna work on that. But today was just another day where I went in with one agenda, and I had to pull audibles because I started too late in the day. So just need to focus from now on starting earlier in the day so I can actually hit the things that I mean to hit. So hopefully starting tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm gonna go back out and I'll figure it out so that I don't keep running into this issue where I try to go do things and it's too late in the day and things are closed and yada yada yada. But let's focus on the good things. Well, mostly good things. First things first, Tower of Terror, better than expected. 30-minute standby, turned out to be 10. Not as good as expected. PB&J soft serve at Refreshment Port in World Showcase. I regret that. I can confidently say it wasn't bad, but I regret it. And then on par, if not a little bit better than expected, was getting the No Way Jose at Beaches and Cream. But for the first time, I sat down in Beaches and Cream, and that was great. And I enjoyed it. Yes, and I think it was actually even bigger for the sit down than it is when you just get at the to-go window. Also, funny thing, while I'm just soliloquying, so what I was gonna say is there's no AP discount if you go to the walk-up window for Beaches and Cream, but there is an AP discount if you sit inside. But it's a 10% discount. And then you tip on top of that. So really it's slightly more expensive to actually sit inside in the end than it is to just go to the walk-up window. So do what you'd like to do at that point, unless you're a horrible tipper, and then in that case, go inside. All right, for real this time, we're getting out of here. My row's coming up. Probably actually gonna bypass it, but whatever. All right, more of these adventures to come. I think I'm gonna shoot to doing 5 of these a week, Monday to Friday, having fun, going exploring, and it's documented as we go. So, I hope you've enjoyed this extemporized and made up before your very eyes as we go video. So until next time, hit the subscribe button if you like this, hit the like button, clearly if you like this, and comment, and nice comments, and ring that notification bell if you want to know the moment that these videos drop, because I know that you just immediately have to watch this while you're having your morning cup of coffee. Well, having hit all those bullet points, until next time, please remember that queue line is redundant. Ugh, that'll just go to show you how tired I am. I just watched that face back. Wait, I just watched back that face I made at the end of that last shot. I am tired. I'm gonna go home, have a nightcap, go to bed. Tomorrow's a new day.